Bassanio, we have seen the various reasons given by Shylock why he wishes to do such things, why he wants to, why he hates. There is no specific reason given by him for why he hates Antonio. Now let us see what the others have to say for this. Bassanio, this is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty. Bassanio gets little angry. He becomes a little wild and this is not the answer. Thou unfeeling man, a man without any feeling, to excuse the current of thy cruelty, to outpour. You are giving an excuse to show or to outpour your cruelty. Shylock, I am not bound to please thee with my answer. He says, I am not here to oblige you with my answers. I need not give any answers like that. The answers which you will be happy for. Bassanio, do all men kill the things they do not love? He puts a question. Do all men kill the things which they don't love? Whatever we don't like, do we kill them? I don't like a lizard. I don't like a snake. I don't like a tiger. I don't like a lion. So what will I do? Will I kill it? That is not the answer. Unless all the things in this world live, they complement each other in one way or the other. Every animal is created by God, and everybody who is created by God, it's God's will and desire how to keep them, when to give death to them. So we are not the one to decide such things. So whatever we dislike, only as we are stronger than other animals, we feel intelligent, not stronger, intelligent, much more intelligent than other animals, we cannot kill others, isn't it? Shylock, hates any man the thing he would not kill? Is there a man who will not kill the thing that he truly hates? That is his way of thinking. Whose way? Shylock's way of thinking. Bassanio, every offense is not a hate at first. Every fault, when somebody does a mistake, we cannot be so inhuman. When somebody does a mistake, we cannot kill the person immediately. There should not be the cause of hatred, first of all. Shylock, what? Wouldst thou have a serpent sting thee twice? Do you expect or do you give the chance to a snake to kill you twice, to sting you twice? You don't give that a chance to the snake to bite you twice, isn't it? Bite two times. Once it bites you, first of all, out of fear, people, many of them, they die, not out of getting poisoned. So, you know, you will not give another chance to the snake to do such a thing. Antonio, I pray you, think you question with the Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach. You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bait his usual height. You may as well use question with the wolf, why he hath made the ewe bleed for the lamb. You may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise when they are threatened with the gusts of heaven. You may as well do anything most hard as seek to soften that than which that what's harder. Antonio has already tried a lot. He has persuaded him, he has requested him, but that is of no use. So he says he knows what will be the answer. So Antonio says, I request you, Bassanio, before you argue, you keep one thing in your mind, that you're arguing with the Jew. It's not so easy. It's not easy to argue with a Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach. You may go and stand on the seashore and ask the ocean tide not to raise. You go to the beach and stand there and just tell the tides, the waves, stop, don't rise. Will they? Will they obey your commands? No, it's not possible. It's an impossible task, isn't it? And bid the main flood bait his usual height. Can you tell the ocean that don't raise so high and be noble? No, it's not an easy task at all. It is an impossible task. But Antonio feels that can also be done. You may as well use question with the wolf why he hath made the ewe bleed for the lamb. You can go and ask the wolf why he made the mother sheep mourn for the lamb because of his greed. You can go and ask him. If you really think, is it possible to ask? No, it's an impossible thing. First of all, will the wolf understand your language? It will not give you any answer for that. It is an animal. It will do what it wishes. You may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise. At the same time, you can go and forbid the mountain pines. You know, the pine trees. They're conical in shape. Why? Because when the snow falls on them, the snow should slip from there. The trees which we find here, for example, in our area, those trees don't grow in that region. The shape of the tree is different. Why? The reason is when the snow falls on them, slowly the snow would slip. If these kind of trees grow there, what will happen? The snow will be there on the trees for a longer time. So you can go and forbid the mountain pines. You can warn the mountain pine trees, the pine trees which grow on the mountains, to wag their high tops and to make no noise, not to wave, not to sway their high tops, and not to make any noise when they are disturbed by winds. When these pine trees are disturbed by winds, what happens? Because of the wind, they sway their heads. So you can go and tell them, warn them, don't do like that. When they are threatened with the gusts of wind, heaven, when they are blown with the winds from above, you can tell them, don't sway your head. That also is possible. You may as well do anything most hard. You can do anything in this world which is very difficult. If you really think, is it possible for an individual to go and stand on the beach and say, the waves, don't raise? Can you go to a wolf and question it, why? You harmed the lamb and because of you, the mother, the sheep is crying, is so upset. Why did you do like that? Can you go to the mountain pine trees and say, don't sway your head like that when the wind is blowing? Don't make any noise. Can you do all these things? No. First of all, these things are impossible. We cannot do. Nobody can do. But Antonio says this can be done. But it is impossible to change the mind of Shylock, a Jew. Who says like that? Antonio. You understand? So you have to tick mark this dialogue, the whole dialogue of Antonio, and learn it. And seek to soften that than which what's harder. So you can do anything. You can try to do anything. You can soften anything in this world except the heart of the Jew. His Jewish heart. Which what's harder here? The Jewish heart is harder than anything else. Therefore, I do beseech. Make no more offers. Therefore, I request you, don't ask him. Don't give him any kind of suggestions. Use no further means. Don't take any more steps now. But with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment and the Jew his will. And with all due speed, if I speak plainly, in brief, let have everything happen fast, as simple, and which is convenient to you. Let me have the judgment. And the Jew his will. And what let the Jew have? Let him have his will. Bassanio, for thy 3,000 ducats here is 6. Now, do you remember his wife Portia has offered so many things. She said, you can take this money, you can do this, you can do that, all that. So now he has money with him. Now he's ready to offer that money. For thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6. Now, very boldly, very confidently, he says, for your 3,000 ducats, I am ready with 6,000. Take these 6,000 ducats. Shylock says, if every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond. Shylock is bent upon having his penalty. He wants only the penalty. So he says, in every ducat, if every ducat in 6,000 ducats, now Bassanio is ready to pay him 6,000 ducats. No? If each ducat is divided into 6 parts, means each ducat turns into 6 ducats, then also he is not ready to have that. Means 6 into 6, 36. 36,000 ducats also if he is ready to give, I'm not going to take it. I'll have only my bond. He's become very stubborn now. He thinks this is a proper chance for him to take revenge against Antonio. Duke, how shalt thou hope for mercy rendering none? If you don't show mercy, how can you hope to get from God? How can you get God's mercy? Shylock, what judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? Why should I fear, says Shylock. Why should I fear the judgment? I have not done anything wrong. When I have not done any mistake, why should I feel for that? Why should I get scared? You have among you many a purchased slave. Again, this dialogue of Shylock you must learn. Which like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and in slavish parts because you bought them. He says, in those days, there was a custom of having slaves. They would buy slaves. And what would they do? They'll buy that slave and make them do all the jobs in the house. So you have purchased many slaves. Who is speaking these words? Shylock is speaking these words to Duke. He says, you have many slaves in your house, isn't it? You have purchased them. Which like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and slavish parts. Just like your asses dogs, and mules. You use them for all small jobs to be done by them because you bought them. Why you do this? Because you have purchased that. When you have purchased it, it becomes your wish, your will. I buy a doll. Once I buy it, it's mine. Whether I'm going to play with it or keep it safely or throw it somewhere or cut it into pieces. That is my business. That's my interest. Nobody can question me that how you have bought such a beautiful doll. Why you spoiled it? Can anybody question like that? I'll say, no, it's my wish. Who are you to question me? The same way, Shylock says to the dude, he says that you use them as you wish. One more thing, there's a difference. You first of all, you have to check in the dictionary the difference between ass and donkey. What is the difference between ass and donkey? When to use ass and when to use donkey? Please find those meanings and keep it. Even what is mule also you have to find the meaning. Okay. When I ask the homework in the evening, you have to send that also to me. Write and keep it. So as you have bought them, so you'll use as you wish. Shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to your heirs, marry them to your heirs. And now, shall I say one thing to you? Set them free. Whom? Those animals. Set them free. Or those slaves. Set them free. And those slaves, get them married to your successors. Why sweat they under burdens? Why should they sweat so much working? Give them freedom. Let them marry your children. Get them married to your children. Why should they sweat working so much? Let their beds be made as soft as yours. Let their beds also be as soft as yours. A master's bed would be very soft. It will have a mattress also, very soft mattress. So any item these days you find is available in different ranges. According to your purchasing capacity, what do? You buy them. If you have more money, you'll buy same thing, a very nice item. A poor fellow, same thing in a very low category type. Something. Please mute your audios, mics, children. So let their beds be made as soft as yours. As your bed is very soft, make their beds also soft in the same manner. Means let them also sleep on beds like yours. Let their palace be seasoned with such viands. Viands is actually old English word used for food. So let their palates, appetite, be seasoned with such food. Let your those people also, those servants also, be given the same food as you eat. You will answer, the slave are ours. What will you answer that time? They are our slaves. So do I answer you in the same manner? I also answer you. As they would answer, I also answer in the same manner. What is that? The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. The pound of flesh which I am demanding him. Whom is he demanding? Who is demanding? Shylock is demanding from whom? From Antonio. He has purchased it. It is costly. He has 1 pound of human flesh. How much he has paid? 3,000 ducats. It's dearly bought, costly bought. It's mine and I will have it. That is mine. And I have all the right to have it. If you deny me, be upon your law. Shame upon your law if you don't give me that what I demand or what I should get. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. There is no power. There's no power in the legal authority in Venice. What? To deny me what I am asking, what I am demanding. Because I'm asking according to the rules. When I am asking according to the rules, nobody can say no to me. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it? I am here waiting for the judgment. Give me the answer. Will I have it or not? Just tell me that. So this dialogue of Shylock is important. Please learn that. Duke, upon my power, I may dismiss this court. Now Duke also is getting very angry. He says, with all my authority, I dismiss this court. I can, I may. I'm not doing it. I can do it. Dismiss, adjourn. As I have told already, the word which starts with ADJ, the word adjourn means dismiss. The court is dismissed. You say no, that is the thing. So that is adjourn, this court. Here, the words which starts with ADJ, D is silent. I want you to make a list of words from the dictionary and write all those words as homework for today. So you have adjective, don't say adjective, you should say adjective, adjourn, adjust, like that. Now I'm not able to recollect exactly. You can check in the dictionary and list it out and write them neatly. And when I ask you for the homework, please send that. Unless Bellario, a learned doctor whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. With all my authority, I would have dismissed the court. But Bellario is a learned doctor, doctor of law, not the doctor who gives medicine, is a doctor of law, whom I have requested to come, has come here today to settle this case. If he had not come, I would not have continued anymore. He has come. Let us see what is going to happen. Cellario, my lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor, new come from Padua. Cellario says, my lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor. My lord, a messenger from the doctor from Padua is waiting outside with some letters. Who has come just now. New come has come just now. Duke, bring us the letters, call the messenger. Bring the letters to me and call the messenger in. Bassanio, good cheer, Antonio. What man, courage it. Now Bassanio has got little hope. Says, cheer up, Antonio. Have courage. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all. The Jew will have my flesh, my blood, my bones, and everything. Ere thou shalt lose for me 1 drop of blood. Before you lose because of me 1 drop of blood, he will take mine. He has to take my flesh, my blood, my bones. Who says this? Bassanio says. And he says, come on, cheer up, Antonio. Have courage. But anybody in place of Antonio, how will they feel? If we are there in his place, will there be any smile on the face? No. We will just shudder with fear. What is going to happen? How to solve this problem? Will I live or die? All these thoughts would come to the mind. Antonio, now he's already become very dull. He says, I am a tainted weather of the flock, meetest for death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground, and so let me. I am a diseased ram. Ram is actually a male sheep. I am a diseased ram in the flock. Meetest for death. Diseased ram, a sick sheep, and most suitable for death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground. You know, the fruit which is ripe, that falls down, isn't it? That drops down first. So let me. So in the same way, let me die. I have become already old. My life is over. You cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live still and write mine epitaph. He says that it will be better, Bassanio, you cannot be better occupied. You don't have any other better job, a befitting work, Bassanio. What is that befitting work? Than to live still, go on living, and write mine epitaph. What is epitaph? Uh, this dialogue of Antonio also you have to write, learn there and learn it. Epitaph is actually an inscription on the tombstone. When a person dies, when he is buried in the grave, one stone is laid on it, and they write at times a line from the Bible, when the person is born, when the person died, what was his name, all those things. So inscription on the tombstone. So you live, go on living, and get a epitaph written on my tombstone. Meantime, enter Nerissa dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Meantime, Nerissa enters, and she is dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Duke, came you from Padua, from Bellario? Have you come from Padua, from Dr. Bellario? Nerissa, from both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace. From both. What do you mean by both here? What do you understand when she says both? That is, from Padua she has come, and from Bellario. Bellario is the name of a person. So, from Bellario she has come, and from Padua also she has come. So, both. And Bellario greets your grace.
Perfect.
Bellario greets your grace, Miss Bellario has sent greetings. And she presents a letter. Bassanio, why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly? Now, Bassanio sees that Shylock is sharpening the knife. How do you sharpen the knife? You have a stone actually on which you grind it, isn't it? So he is sharpening the knife. Why so keenly, very anxiously you are sharpening the knife? Shylock, to cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there. He says, to cut a pound of flesh. The forfeiture is the penalty. The pound of flesh from that bankrupt fellow. Who is that bankrupt fellow? Antonio. Yes, not a single penny in the bank on its name. So I am here to take a pound of flesh. So I am sharpening my knife. I can easily take a pound of flesh like that. Gratiano, not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew. Gratiano gets angry. He says, not on thy soul, but on your soul. Soul is the sole of the shoe. Don't sharpen your knife on the sole, but you should sharpen the knife on your soul.
Perfect.
Harsh Jew. Who is the Jew here? Shylock. Thou makest thy knife keen, but no metal can. No, not the hangman's axe bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. You're trying to sharpen your knife. Who is trying to sharpen the knife? Shylock is sharpening his knife on the sole of his shoe. At times, if it is purely made up of leather, at times that also can be, I think, used can be used to sharpen. But he says no metal can. Who says? Gratiano says.
నీకు కావాలన్నప్పుడు అడుగు ఇస్తా.
Please don't talk, children. No metal. No, not the hangman's axe. Not even the axe of a hangman could ever become sharp as your envy, as your jealous, as your malice. Who says that? Gratiano says. No metal can be sharp, not even a hangman's axe. You know, in those days, criminals were executed, were given death by hanging. Hanging them. A hangman is there, he will hang them. Uritiyadam, you say, isn't it, in Telugu? That is what. Hangmans. He would be hanged. And the noble or political prisoners were beheaded with an axe. You know what is axe? Axe, I don't know exactly the word in Telugu. Okay. The axe is used, and the one who is to be beheaded. Beheaded means the head would be cut off with the axe. If he is a political prisoner or a nobleman. But ordinary criminals, they would be hanged to death. Okay. Can no prayers pierce thee? How many people are requesting you? Not a single prayer is changing, bringing any change in you, is not able to soften your heart. Shaila, no, none that thou hast wit enough to make. Nobody has so much of intelligence, that high intelligence, to change my mind. Gratiano, oh, be thou damned, inexecrable dog. He says, oh, may you be damned, you shameless man. Inexecrable dog is one who cannot be insulted, cursed enough. Please be silent, children. One who cannot be insulted or cursed enough. Please be silent, children. I hear so much of noise. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mics, children. He says, you're a shameless man. And for thy life, let justice be accused. Justice should be blamed for letting you to live like this. Thou almost makest me waver in my faith. He says, you make me doubt about my faith in God. I feel that there won't be, God also cannot change you. Now I don't believe God also. My faith is wavering, shaking. To hold opinion with Pythagoras. Actually, Pythagoras is a Greek philosopher. You have a Pythagoras theorem also in maths, isn't it? So he was philosopher also. And he believed that souls of men and animals appeared several times on this earth. Sometimes, assuming sometimes higher and lower forms of life. Means you keep on taking birth based on your sins. If you're very cruel, or you keep on telling lies and small petty things, maybe you may be born like a mosquito next birth. Or You may be born as a better human being next time. So the soul, our body is just like clothes as we change the clothes every day. The soul also changes the body. It's not every day, but after a few years. Death is nothing but change of body. So based on your sins, we can take a birth in higher form or a lower form. You can be what do you call, a virus. You can be a insect. You can be an ant, or you can be a great personality who leads this world to a proper direction. So that was the belief of Pythagoras, actually, that souls of animals infuse themselves into the trunks of men. This dialogue of Gratian also you have to learn that I think I'll not be able to complete it today. I'll just stop this and repeat this dialogue of Gratiano tomorrow once again, because we are going to end this class today. I find that many of you are not still completing your homework. Every time I have to, every day I'm giving the instructions and you're not following them. As I have given you two or three things which you have to do today as a short homework, please do that also and place them when you are asked to. And only 76 participants have joined. I think some 24 more can join. And I will try to place the video today in the group. Goodbye.
Teacher, teacher,
Yes, what is your problem, ma?
teacher, we call Goddali in Telugu, teacher.
Yes?
X we call as Goddali, teacher, in Telugu.